If you want to become a member of the Dark Empire, all you gotta do is put Slick Vic 2017 into the YouTube search bar and then click my handsome face right there and press subscribe wherever you see it. Now, without further ado, let's get into today's video. While you're pressing that notification button so you never miss a single video. Now, welcome to the group. Not for real this time. Let's get into today's video. Alright, so, we got a good one for you.
Hey man, your boss keeps blowing up.
Every Gifted Kid Goes Through This by Daniel Thrasher. Let's give it a like and let's get into it.
Your phone? You saying something about a deadline? Oh yeah, I gotta do that thing. What thing? He said that if I don't send him a report by 6, he's gonna fire me or whatever. It's 5:54. AM or PM? PM. I should probably get started then. You haven't started? Yeah, hold on. I just gotta kill this guy real quick. He's got a really cool sword.
What are you doing? He's got like a whole month's worth of work to do or he's gonna lose his job.
Relax. What time is it?
It's 6 minutes until the deadline.
We start in 1 minute. Are you ready, fellas? Have you been doing some background processing on the task at hand?
Loki forgot to turn on my
Such a
video.
good executive
Face cam.
Hungry.
Hey, motivation, will you please do something to get the task done?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Laptop me.
No. Fine.
What? Why is he a furry dog?
愚か者めがこの限られた時間で仕事を終わらせられると思っていないだろう。だがな、才能のあるやつにとってアドレナリンは超音速飛行機にとってのジェット燃料のようなものだ。ただ役立つだけじゃない、必要不可欠なんだ。
お前いつ日本語を覚えたんだ？僕はいつ日本語を覚えたんだっけ？なんでこんな声なんだろう？
考えすぎるな。ただ観察するんだ。
お兄ちゃん？
それはやめろ。
ごめん、どんな感じか見てみたかったんだ。
What am I watching, gang? I didn't think it would be this weird.
Go get him, da?
才能のある子供は同級生から怠け者だと思われがちだ。99% の時間を休息状態でいるからだ。でもその 1% が重要なんだ。
じゃあ天才たちは好きなだけ怠け放題で何の影響もないのか？
いや、影響はあるさ。人間関係が悪化したり常に過小評価されたりするが、誰かに言い返すエネルギーはほとんどない。それはミツバチとスズメバチの違いみたいなもんだ。
ハチとスズメバチ？
スズメバチは人を刺しても何の影響もない。だからうるさく怒ったり無鉄砲に振る舞って多くのエネルギーを無駄にする。でもミツバチはもっと慎重に針を使わないといけないだろう。だって一生に一度しか使えないからね。だから絶対に必要な時以外はその力を隠しているんだ。
なるほど。この仕事が終わったら彼はどうなるんだ？
また閉じこもるさ。そしてここでのやる気を見る限り次に何か生産的なことをするのは3ヶ月後くらいだな。
だって彼は絶対に
休んでいるからだ。
天才はみんなこうなのか？
ある時点ではそうだな。
なんて愚かな生き方だろう。
皮肉なものだろう。
Sent. What time is it? 5:59. Let's wait. This anime was brought to you by Ground News.
All right, gifted kids, listen up. I don't like to get political on here, but whatever your leanings may be, I think it's obvious that a lot of people live in an echo chamber of our own beliefs. And it's not our fault, okay? A lot of news outlets will twist certain stories
Echo
and make their
chamber.
audience think a certain way. But that is where today's sponsor, Ground News, comes in. They're a website that gathers different articles about the same story and then gives context for each news outlet, like their political leaning, their factuality, which millionaires own them. Very interesting. Like, for instance, this story about the recent Supreme Court case. Ground News gathered 100.
I was trying to press spacebar the entire time to pause it, and I was turning off my camera, flashing it on and off. I do not care about your stupid news reports. You know what?
Compliments.
Is it just me, or did we have homework due today?
Hey, I haven't seen you since high school. We're just some sort of genius prodigy. Whatever happened to all those plans?
You know, life gets to you. I grew up gifted, so of course I'm not oppressed. They said I make the world a better place.
What? Oh my gosh, did someone call my name? Sorry. I just had a dream about living in an Amish community where kids only do school up until grade 3 and don't have to worry about doing essays well and getting 100% in every course and getting into the
You're boring.
You remember watching Matilda as a kid? Because if you do, there's probably a number of scenes that are cemented into your brain against your will, and for me, it's this one.
Pretty soon you'll be able to do any multiplication. 13 times 379.
4,927.
I beg your pardon?
I think that's the answer. 4927.
It is.
Wow.
Jerk. This scene made me so jealous
Jerk.
as an 8-year-old child. I am 20 years old. I'm
Jerk.
an engineering student. I am still jealous. Or what about the smart teenager who builds things in their bedroom with an unlimited budget, I guess, and then the US government finds out about them and they need them for something? Shut up! They think they're better than me, and they suck. The trope is everywhere. The smart kid who inexplicably knows everything. Movies like that convince kids everywhere that if you were going to be smart, you would have been born that way. It's not your fault that you're stupid, but to be very clear, you are stupid. Not to flex too hard on you guys, but I was in the TAG, Talented and Gifted program in elementary school, you know. Don't mean to brag or nothing, but you know. Are you jealous of me? Because you should be. Very much so, and if you could start that process, I'd really appreciate it. I don't remember exactly how it happened. I just remember at some point in 3rd grade, we got pulled aside, me and a handful of students, to go to the library, and we were told we would be in the TAG, Talented and Gifted program. And, you know, they told us some stuff about how we'd be doing some extra work together in the library as a group. Now, those are the words that they said to us. The words that I heard were quite different. To 3rd grade me, I heard that I was being liberated from the morons in Miss Crawford's 3rd grade math class. No, not me. I was an intellectual, a gifted child. It was just me and my ragtag group of geniuses. Us together were going to invent the things that changed the world. That did not happen. I don't know. I remember we worked on writing short stories with a twist. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. I know that it wasn't impressive by any means, but I cannot emphasize enough, I did not care. I was an intellectual icon, an enigma. You could not tell me anything if you tried. And I held on to that title like my sweet life depended on it. To put it eloquently, at the end of the day, We are all nothing but bags of flesh and blood that want love and attention. And media has painted it to seem that being smart and gifted are two of the fastest ways to get it. If you score the highest on a reading test, your life matters now because you are the main character. I cannot speak on behalf of the normals, though. That's quite unfortunate for them.
I have to go get something to drink because my throat hurts. You're going to sit here and listen because I don't have to.
And again, you're a child. Of course you want love and attention. That's all you want. And if you're taught from an early age that the best way to get it is to do math problems slightly faster than everyone else, then you'll do it. Another thing about the smart kid child prodigy trope is that they never have to work for it. They just have it. It's out the womb. It's their birthright. Working hard and having a work ethic is for the normals, who henceforth will be properly known as the rest of us call them, losers. In stark contrast, you'll find my kin. We do things the easy way, by being born that way. A lot of people don't think to do that. That's why they're on this side of the chart. Therefore, my fellow gifted kids, who henceforth will be known as they truly are, winners. Everything that we do always succeeds, and we don't have to do anything to get it. Life is just made for us, I guess. These are very practical and not at all concerning things to be teaching to a 5-year-old child. You've already convinced that kid that he doesn't have to try. Trying means you're not special, but I've already been told by everybody that I'm special, so clearly I don't have to try. Things are going to just come naturally to me. This is how it will always be forever. And that strategy works really well until about a year or two from now when you realize math is a lot more than PEMDAS. It creates this superiority complex of, I am not normal. Normal is bad. Special is good. I'm special. I'm better. You suck. Because normal people don't get love and attention and praise. Only smart people like me do that. We are the ones that get all the love and attention and the praise. And you know what?
It sounds like a major dictatorship in school district. I'm not gonna lie.
They're not totally wrong. Why do we do that? Why do people find child prodigies so fascinating? Well, one reason has to do a lot with the
Pedophiles.
assumption of what they could be. Like, you take a 12-year-old and you look at everything impressive they've already done and you think, wow, if they've done this so young, imagine what they'll do by 30 or 40 or 50. But that's an assumption, and a really faulty one. Let's imagine you could plot a child's ability on a graph. In a perfect world, this progression would be linear. It would make sense that with age, their talent would only improve and improve and improve until eventually we reached lifting off the paper and we're going onto my wall now. Look at that. I'm not going to draw on this because that is expensive. Because with more time, they should be increasing in talent and just do that over and over and over until they have reached, I don't know. Bill Gates, is he impressive? Do we like him still? I don't know. But frankly, this line right here is Boulder Dash, and dare I say poppycock. Because in reality, yeah, sure, maybe they start out like this, but eventually they're gonna plateau at some point. And from about here till the rest of their lives, they're just going to be considered average. Maybe they're considered above average, maybe even impressive, but that's it. That's all. Impressive is a lot, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it. For example, hey, look at this video of an athlete who's been training for 15 years.
So I'm writing an essay on cats. Cats in art history. I'm an art history major, and this...
That dog wasn't as vertical as her teammate.
Well, Twan. Pretty cool, right? Well, what if I told you they weren't training for 15 years? Because it would be impossible to train for 15 years because they've only been alive for 14 years. That's a really weird way of saying they're 14 years old. Okay, knowing that information, has this video become more or less impressive to you? Because really, nothing about it has changed, but maybe your perspective has now. Like, honestly, is this even something you would typically care about? If somebody twice their age did this, would you care? Look, I'm not saying it's not cool when young people do impressive adult things like this. It's very cool. I'm just saying, is the only reason it's cool and the only reason we care is because it's done by someone who's been on the planet for less time?
I mean, I like diving myself. Like, I like to be the one diving. Like, I don't like watching other people dive for entertainment as a sport to see how many backflips you can do until you hit the water on your face. I'm not gonna enjoy that. I mean, unless you actually land on your face, like, on the water, and then slink under the water, which would be hilarious. Then I might enjoy it. But if I'm just gonna see the same person, like, the same results, just some different shoot point, just by a different person, you're gonna do the same thing, but in a different way by a different person. The end result is you're going to go under the water. No, that's not
And
enjoying
because of
play.
all this, you get a 15-year-old who's having the same thought process as a 50-year-old. That thought being, is it too late for me? Because you see people your age doing great things and you think you're past your prime. You have not been alive for 2 decades yet. That's not what that means. But it's so tempting. You see person A, they did this impressive thing when they were a year younger than I am now. So it is too late for me. I can't be impressive anymore. So why even try? One, that's dumb. Don't do that. But even if you were to try, why are you trying? Hear me out. I know it sounds bad. No, hold on. Think of when you hear of a musician or an actor or like a business person who's your age and you start thinking to yourself, maybe I should go into music or acting or make videos or start some business or whatever. We've all done it. I'm not the only one. It's okay. This is a safe space. That sounds enticing in the moment, but really, be honest, did you really want to do all that stuff? Do you have a genuine passion for making music or creating or starting a business?
I do.
Or do you want to do it just so you can get the attention that those guys got? Is it really something you want, or is what you want to just have attention? Or at the very least, not be the only one not doing something? See, this is one of the main reasons that I clung on to my gifted kid status for so long. As unbelievable as this may seem, I did not have the best of middle school experiences. It's really weird, and I didn't have friends, and I didn't know how to socialize, but I did have one thing that no one could take away from me, and that was that I knew how to solve polynomials. That's all I had. So this...
You can do math. There's your applause.
Title of Gifted Kid, trademark, was so important to me. It was my prized possession, because without it, I could never get what those kids got in those movies, and that was love and attention. And not only is that entirely unhealthy, but it only makes more soul-crushing the inevitable realization that... Wait, am I normal? Of all gifted kids, about 95% of them eventually approach a point where they realize they're just not as special as everyone told them that they were. It starts off small. When you were 10, they told you were amazing and you would be president. When you were 15, they told you were pretty good and you'd probably run your own business one day. Then you turn 20. You impress no one, and people are asking you when you're gonna get a job. That's me. I need one. I need money. And to everyone who watched you grow up, this seemed like a normal progression, or maybe they never noticed it at all. But to you, it is a life of denial until that one moment when you start to see the cracks and you inevitably go down an uncontrollable spiral. See, as I got into high school, I started to slowly lose the gifted kid title. Like, I was still the smart kid, like I was in a bunch of AP classes, but I now had to kind of work to get good grades in those classes. And like I said, us smart kids, we don't do that. Well, no, the other smart kids did. I didn't. And that was a problem. Do you know how it feels to be pulled aside by your AP government teacher and told that you're doing the worst in the class? I was doing the worst in the smart kids class.
I had to think about that one. That was... I don't even know what to say about that, man.
I now realize that sounds like I'm like that's got to be first world problem for sure, but it really hurt. That memory haunts me to this day. I'm not joking. Because realizing that you're not all that smart and that you're not always going to have it easy, now that's a shock. But when that belief is tied to your self-worth as a person, it hurts. Because by the time you accept that you're not a genius who's gonna naturally understand everything right off the bat, it's too late to have a healthy reaction to that realization. You've spent so much time already equating your talent and your achievements to your morality. Good grades, good student, good person. Bad grades, bad student, bad person. And
I can crush his morality right now. I've never... I don't remember the grades I got back in elementary school at all. Like, at all. Unless I go find a paper in the kitchen cabinets. Well, not the cabinets. Okay, so there's like this bookshelf behind the cabinet in front of the dinner table. So, kitchen here, cabinet here, and dinner table. The cabinet has a bunch of my old stuff from when I was in elementary and middle school. I don't know why I'm still going like this. But there's also some right over there. Oh, shoot, what the... Okay, no, we don't want you. Stop it. What? What is... Okay, over there. Well, you can't see it, but beside that bookshelf right there that you're looking at right there, is another like shelf with a bunch of my old work in it from middle school because I had no more room in the elementary bookcase. But the point is, I've never had straight A's in my life, like at all, in anything. Like that includes sports. Like you can't even get like an A, B, or C in sports. You either do it or you freaking fail, like, or you're not on the team. So like, a lot of people know that I'm in band, that I play drums. How do you fail at playing drums, you ask? You don't. Well, I don't. People can say that I fail at playing the drums, but I know that I don't fail at playing the drums because I can play the drums. Other people can say, no, you don't play the drums. You don't know how to play the drums. I know how to play the drums. Just because I don't play the drums like you play the drums doesn't mean I don't know how to play drums. Sorry, personal issue I had to solve with myself. Just because you have straight A's doesn't mean that you're above everybody else. That doesn't mean that you're way capable of doing everything better than this guy with a bunch of C's. That just means that school is not your strong suit, and that's completely okay. Like, that's literally completely okay. I am not good at any subject at all. I'm not good at math, science, reading, literature. That's the same thing as reading. And social studies. I'm not good at it. If I was in a class by myself, my parents think that I would do significantly better if I was in a class by myself. Like just me and a teacher one-on-one. That is not the case. If I have nobody to sit there and laugh with and like talk to and enjoy the class with, I'm not going to pay attention. I'm not paying attention. I'm sorry. I'm going to zone out and just, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna zone out. And just because I'm goofing off with my friend doesn't mean I wasn't listening. That improves the fact that I'm listening. Like, dude, am I the only one that like sees this? Like, am I the only one? Because like, I'm going to zone out so far. You're gonna be like, come back to reality, man. While I'm over here chatting it up with what's his name, and we come back. We have a test tomorrow. I come back the next day. I get a C. I get a C on that. I get a 70 or an 80 on it. Sure, I'm not gonna get a 100 or a 90, but like I'll get an 80 at least. Like, I mean a 70 at least. Maximum is 80, but like 80 something. And 89 is the maximum. I've never gotten like in a 100 on any test in my life, I think. I don't know. I think I've gotten a few 90s in my life, but that's not normal grades. Those are when I had luck and I was like, I passed. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I passed. Wow. Good for me. Anyway. I hope I'm not the only one that has that problem. Well, it's not even a problem. It's a good thing. Let's continue.
I can't be normal either, as we've already established normal people don't get love or praise or attention or...
I hate this. I hate it when he says normal people don't get love and attention. So do you think that, like, they just aren't loved when they go back home? Like...
Something like that. I need that stuff to feel good. Your self-worth is your innate talent. So if you find out you never really had it in the first place, then who are you? Okay, but what about the 5% of kids who are actually talented? The people who graduate at Harvard from 10 and whose story pops up in your YouTube recommendations the second you think you're doing something in life. Here's the thing, that might not be as desirable as you think. Now, I know what you're thinking. Hey, David, are you just saying...
I just noticed this guy has a big freaking hole in his wall. Buddy, I don't know what video you were filming that got you this mad, but chill out, dog.
That because you're still in
your wall can't take it.
Feel better? Yeah, about 30%, but no, I've got real reasons too.
Are you struggling in your calculus class? Do you have a hard time understanding your instructor? Do you wish there was a simpler way?
No.
The smart kid at their core is still a kid, which can be easy for people to forget.
Duh!
Because they've reached an adult-like level of academic ability, people can make the assumption that they've also reached an adult-like level of maturity. And that's true to an extent. They single-handedly keep the children's-sized blazer and shoulder pad industry afloat. But besides that, do you really expect them to just speed run through childhood? Like, you can make a 5-year-old act like they're 30 if that's what you want. That's cool. But then, like, what are they supposed to do or feel when they, like, actually become 30? If they've been cosplaying as an adult their whole life, what are they supposed to do when they get there? Like, really, what childhood did they have? What memories did they look back on? What experiences did they have with people their age? Do they know how to be sociable?
Like, I hate the kids that act like they're so grown. Like, in high school, the kids that they act like they're so grown and uptight. I mean, like, I don't mean, like, the kids that stand up for themselves and act like they're, like, nobody's gonna make fun of them and they just go sit there and they get picked on. I'm talking about the kids that actually think that they're an adult and that they actually are better than everyone else in the school. Like, I'm talking about you have the godplex, the god complex of freaking Zeus, bro. Why do you have a Zeus god complex? Stop it. Stop it. Just stop it. I'm talking about the people that, like, if you have, like, a normal, I have a god complex, okay? I have a god complex. I think that I'm not going to let nobody tell me what I can and can't do. I am my own person. I will do whatever I want, when I want, and nobody's going to stop me. In a reasonable way. Now, I'm not going to do literally anything that I want to whenever I want to, because that is the most stupidest thing I've ever freaking said out loud in the world. If I did that, I'd probably be in juvie for like 20 years. Not kidding. There are people I want to hurt very badly. But we're not going to go there. We are going to sit right here in the normal zone. I've realized I've been talking like with a dark face the entire time. Like, shine some light on my face, brother. That hurts. Anyway. Yeah. So, just be yourself, gang. Like, don't let nobody pick fun of you and, like, tell you what you can and can't do. And it's not just that. Like, be your own person. Be yourself. Express yourself, like me. I'm on here talking to YouTube, like, to you, for no reason, because I want to. I don't care who's watching this video. If you're at my school, and you see me while I'm walking in the hallway, and you've watched this video, and you come to me tomorrow, like, come to me next week, and, like, freaking walk up to me and say some about this video, I'm not going to care. I don't care if you're one of my friends at school and you're watching this video right now. Hi, how are you doing? Hope your weekend's going good, by the way. I don't care. Like, I love being myself. I love hanging out with my friends. Like, it's easy being myself, okay? It's easy. It's easy not caring about what anybody else says about you. I know it's hard for some other people, but just don't let it affect you, man. Just be yourself. Like, that's all. Best advice I can give you is be yourself.
Do they know how to relax and have a good time? Do they know how to separate work from pleasure?
For real.
Will they have a sense of self that is completely independent of their accomplishments and abilities? And that being the case, let's paint a picture, shall we? Let's say we have one of those really talented kids, and he's like 12 and he's already graduated from high school, he's out of college by 16, and he's working on his PhD as we speak, only for him to then realize, wait, maybe, just maybe, the career path I chose when I was 10 isn't what I want to do with my life. I should probably stop doing this and turn around. Oh, no, wait, I can't because I am in so much debt. Again, smart kid aside, they're still a child. And should we really expect a child to know what they want to do for the rest of their life? Think how many times you were asked when you were a kid what you wanted to do when you grew up. How many times did that answer change? The difference being you could always change your answer at will. If the smart kid did it, he's already like 20 years into this thing. They're going to be a completely different person by the time they grow up. And that grown-up version of them is going to be living in a completely different world, one that doesn't exist yet. Think of all the jobs that didn't even exist when you were a kid. Everything in tech, everything online.
Bro, when I was a kid, I didn't even know that you could be a music creator. Like, I knew that you could, like, that there were people that make music, but I didn't know that was a job that you get paid for. I didn't know that YouTube was something you got paid for. Like, I didn't know. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't have my first phone till I was like 12. And I was barely on that thing. I mean barely. Barely. I first started getting to the online world when I turned 14. And I'm 16. I've only been online for 2 years. Like, I've been an online person seeking at stuff for only 2 years. I've been on the internet for only 2 years. I started my YouTube channel, like, last month. Like, in October. Like, I'm not that good. I'm not that good at this. I'm not good at it. Most things. But I try. And that's really all that matters is you try. People are going to say, like, blah, blah, blah. My opinion's better over theirs, blah, blah, blah. And I'm not gonna lie to anybody, like, about personal things. Like, if I'm going to tell you the truth, I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm not gonna give you the fake truth. I'm not gonna give you the half the truth. I'm gonna give you the full truth, man. I'm not. Now, a prank is different. The people at my school, a prank is different. If I say it was a prank, then I mean everything I said was a joke and it didn't happen. It was a prank. Get pranked. But that's kind of it. Like, that's kind of only it. Like, it's just a prank. But it's the only lying that I do. Unless I'm joking to my parents, then yes. Yeah. Good luck.
You couldn't have imagined that's something you would want to do because it didn't exist yet. Look,
For
I'm
real.
not saying don't plan for...
When I was little, I think that I wanted... Well, first I wanted to be a superhero. Like Batman. Because I knew... Because I wasn't stupid thinking I actually had superpowers. Because I couldn't fly. I mean... I believed I was fast. But really, when you're like 7 and 6 years old, are you really that fast? You know, be honest with yourself. Are you really that fast? Are you really that fast, though? No, you're not. I knew I didn't have super strength because I can't gain weight. So, like, and I wasn't that strong either. I didn't even know. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't know. I knew gyms existed, but I've never seen a functioning gym until I was 13. So, like, I'm not the strongest person. Like, and that's okay. Hi, this is okay. This is just a big freaking scar on my mouth, but I'm perfectly fine. Like, I can move it and everything. I'm fine. I don't know. I don't know.
For the future, I am saying, however, maybe a 9-year-old shouldn't be expected to know what they want to do when they're 40. So what did we learn tonight? Well, I think the lesson is that being smart is for losers and ignorance is bliss. Good night, America.
Good night. Okay, seriously. No. I'm sorry, can I go look?
Now you can play Unlocked with Google Play Games on PC.
What does it mean to be smart? Well, nah, get out of here. Nah. What does it mean to be smart? It's a dumb question, I know, ironically. Ha! But I ask that anytime somebody asks me what my major is. I'll tell them I'm an engineering major. They'll tell me, wow, you must be really smart. And look, do I love it every time? Yes. Never stop. Whoever, if I meet you one day and that happens, please do it again. I love it every time. But you know, eventually, once I stop faking humility, then I ask them, you know, what does that mean? I mean, I wasn't born with this knowledge. They had to teach me this stuff. They still are. The same way they could teach you. Like, imagine that everything there is to know about engineering was in a book. The only difference between me and you is, I did the pointing on that wrong. The only difference between me and you is that I'm reading the book and you're not.
For real. Like, people in high school have this realization that you're born with the information that you know how to do this, you know how to do that, blah, blah, blah. But, bro, the only reason I don't know how to do what you're talking about is because I haven't had that class. I have no idea what you're talking about because I've never heard it before in my life until now. Like if you come up to me and ask me, hey Vic, do you know how to decrypto de-hack a software? And I'll look at you like, no, I don't, because I've never been taught that before. You come up to me and ask, Vic, you know how to do somebody's hair? No, I can't do my hair. Like, all I do is get in the shower, put some, like, conditioner in it, and that's it. It curls up when I walk outside. And then, boom, I'm good looking for the rest of the day. But, brother, what I do know how to do is cook. I know how to cook. Okay, I can cook. I can cook well. Okay, I'm gonna brag. I'm gonna brag real good. I can cook. And yes, I did exactly what you think I just did. It's my room. I'm in here by myself. I can do whatever I want. I have no shame in what I did, by the way. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
That's probably because you don't want to, or because you don't have the circumstances to, but it doesn't mean that I'm inherently smarter than you.
Exactly. Like, just because I know how to cook and you don't know how to cook doesn't mean that I'm better than you. Like, in general. Like, yeah, I'm better than you at cooking because you don't know how to cook and I do. Like, I'm not gonna brag you for it. Like, ha, you don't know how to cook. You suck. I'm so much better than you. But I will be like, well, it's because you don't know how to cook. I'm better at you at cooking. Like, I'll say I'm better than you at cooking. And then I hope you have no offense to that because you don't know how to cook. Now, if you do know how to cook and you just suck at cooking, I hope you take every offense that I threw at you. Get out of the kitchen.
You get what I'm saying? And besides,
You can't handle my heat. Stay out of the kitchen. If I'm making some meat, you ain't gonna be eating. If I'm cooking up with heat, you better be retreating. If I catch you in my kitchen, I'll roast you like a bitch.
probably reading some other book that I don't want to read. Probably something about music or art or speech. Areas that don't really get factored in when
Please do not clip that, by the way.
deciding if a child is gifted in the education system. We both had to learn, is what I'm saying. And we weren't born with this stuff. We had to
That was hard, though.
put effort into it. It's way more productive to see life and the things in it with a growth mindset. If you think that I am the amount of smart I'm born with and there's nothing else I can do to fix it or change it or improve it, that is a fixed mindset. And gifted kids often think this about
If you seriously think that you have a level, like a max of how smart you can be, you're the most dumbest person I have ever met. Oh my gosh, you can learn throughout your entire lifetime, and that's something my grandpa always told me, bro. You can learn anything. You can know everything and still have something to learn. Like, that's what he said. You could know everything in the world, but you still would have something to learn. I was like, dang, that actually makes no sense at all. Because how do you know everything and still have the ability to learn something new? Like, what? But I understand what he meant by that. He means you can know a lot, but you will never truly understand and know everything. And even if you do, you can't learn from others. You can still learn from other people's perspectives. That was hard. Anyway.
themselves. They didn't have to become smart. I am smart. Therefore, it's not something that needs to be worked on or improved or put effort into. It just is what it is. And because they depend on it so much, and they've also put in no effort to keep it up, it becomes part of who they are, and they guard it with their life. Failure must be avoided at all costs. Therefore, it is more important to keep up the illusion of intelligence than to actually learn and grow. I just need to look smart. Who cares if I actually am? But this leads to competitiveness and enviousness because you see everyone else, they're being smart and intelligent. That's an attack on your specialness, and that's personal to you. Growth mindset means you accept that not everything's going to come naturally and that you put effort in to learn and grow. And this also means that you're trying new things and you're taking risks, which means you're accepting that you're probably going to fail at some point. But instead of avoiding it, now you learn to accept it, or hey, maybe even embrace it as part of the learning process. Because that is what learning is. To keep up this facade of being the smart kid.
Come on, bro. I've been told my entire life, all you have to do is try. All you have to do is try, man. All you gotta do is try. Try your best. And if it still don't work, at least you tried. At least you tried. That's all that matters. Is you gotta try. Like that's it. All you gotta do is try. That's it. Just try. Just try.
Letting insecurity inhibit your growth. In summary, the key
Now don't just try and then be like, oh well, I tried my best. Womp womp. I'm done. I can go home now. No. That means try again until you like learn why you failed. Like that's what I do. If I still can't do anything about it after I realize why and try and fix it and improve on it and I still fail, then I give up. Now, it's not the first strike, it's the second strike that I give up at. No, wait, that sounds wrong. Because you failed the first time and then you try it again and then it doesn't work. Yeah, that sounds right. Because you lose the first time and then you realize it, so then you try it the second time, and then when you fail the second time, after you realize why and you understand why you lose and you improved on it, so you should win, right? But no, you lose again. Like that's when I give up. When I know that I've lost and I accept it and I can like, no, there's nothing no more that I can do to fix this problem. So I've lost.
To involve two things. One, it's knowing that you are a human who needs to be loved and cared for. And you deserve to have that love and care and attention and praise, even if you don't know how to work with fractions. And this happens when you start to learn to stop equating your worth with the things you're able to do and how fast you're able to learn. You don't have to prove that you're worthy of love because you're not a circus animal. Second, learn to focus on results less and effort more. You can't always control the results, but you can always control the effort you put into things. And if you're
Exactly. I don't care about my grade. I care about how much I worked for it. Like, my dad and mom can look at my car and be like, Vic, you're almost failing the class. And I'll sit there and not care because of how much effort I put in to barely pass the class that is giving me tons and amounts of work. And I'm sitting here struggling to do it. Even when I know how to do it, and I understand how to get better at it, and I still fail. That's okay. Like that's okay.
Focus on effort, you won't
just
be
do
as
your best,
crushed
gang.
when those failures eventually come, because success is failure over and over and over until one day you get things right. And those results will be flattering. Also, it'll help you to stop comparing with other people. Because if you're worried about your effort, it doesn't really matter what everyone else is doing. All you need to know is that you're trying your best, and you can be happy with that.
See, positive message. That's all we got for today. I'll see y'all later. This is Slick. Peace out, man.